to a brand new week of streaming, and welcome to the Level 1 Podcast. How is everyone today? I hope I find you well. Today is Thursday, the 13th of April, 2023. Today's an exciting day. Let me tell you why.
Big ups, everybody.
Here live, and for those watching on demand, today we're doing something new and different. I am now streaming and recording at a higher bit rate than I used to, okay? And it's exciting and interesting because I want to see how this works. I'm going to tell you the story of how this came together because it was basically to fix it, but because I had already lost time on a stream because of the technical issues, I took out something different the other night, and it may have turned out to be a blessing in disguise. I actually think this may improve my streams moving forward pretty dramatically. All right, so we're going to find out. Now, if you're watching this live, all right, you're watching this live stream as a result of me broadcasting and capturing through my graphical card. Yes, my graphics card. My graphics card has sat unused for the greater part of a decade. Just sitting there because I don't play games on my PC, and I haven't ever used it to capture or stream at all.
What kind of graphics card does he have?
But what I'm doing right now is I'm actually using my graphics card to make this stream. So if you're watching live, hello, everyone out there,
GPU.
All 250 plus of you, hopefully the stream looks good. What I'm going to want from you is feedback. For those who are here live today, what do you think of the quality? How is everything looking? Does anything seem out of sorts or not as
Big
good?
Ups.
All right. I need to know
Big
this
ups,
feedback
Meat Ogre.
because since I am doing something a little bit differently, it may change something that I need to fix, okay? For those of you who are watching on demand, all right, the quality is updated. So let me give you a little bit of technical jargon, and I know many of you might be like, I have no idea what he's talking about. It doesn't matter, but let me give you the specs, okay?
Big ups.
So previously, I used to stream and capture at 9,000 kilobits per second, kbps, all right? This is actually above what Twitch allows you to do. Twitch only lets you do 6,500, and as silly as it sounds, YouTube's recommended is 4,500. It's really, really low. That doesn't even make sense. 4,500, basically you could do 720p quality.
It makes complete sense. They're trying to fucking save money.
1080p, 60 frames per second.
What do you mean?
Minimum, you want to go around 9,000.
It makes total sense.
But obviously, if you have capability to go higher, you want to go higher. Okay? Now, here's how I used to do things. I used to have 9,000 kilobits per second, but it was stream and a separate capture at the same time. So two different processes were running on my computer, and they were all going through the CPU. All right? That's the processor. Okay? And that's why a lot of the times over the years, when you watch me in a big action-packed scene of a game, tons of action going on, you would notice my stream would get choppy, and so would my video. You'd notice a little bit of choppiness of the frame rate, and people will always complain about it. Man, whenever Phil gets into heavy action, the frame rate dips, right? That's directly a result of me only using my CPU to do this. Thanks for the money, stupid fuck. But now, since I took the time to try to figure out, can I split it? Can I split it between the GPU and the CPU, essentially share that processing load that needs to happen on the fly? Now, my processing power is way down. To give you some examples, so when I used to do this, okay, whenever I did gameplay, my CPU during action scenes would go up to 90-something percent. Right now, my CPU is at 26%. Now, if I'm in an action scene of a game, of course, it's going to use more CPU. But the most I saw the other night as I was playing Elden Ring was like maybe 40 to 50%. And that was it. So by splitting the two processes, you know, GPU is doing the stream, CPU is doing the encoding for the on-demand video.
50% of
this might dramatically improve the quality you see. Okay, now
to stream a console,
I'm doing 12,000 kilobits per second today. Okay, what does that mean? That means a 33% increase in overall quality. All right, so you should see, if you're watching at the highest quality today, the 1080p, you should see a distinct improvement. All right, or will you? And here's why I really have to say that. All right, because YouTube basically does some interesting stuff. When you're streaming on YouTube or when you're uploading to YouTube, YouTube encodes the content you send them on the fly. It runs it through this encoding process. Right? And what it does is it allows that to now be viewed at different bit rates and different resolutions. So even though I'm streaming at 1080p on YouTube right now, you could probably watch me at like 480p, 720p, 1080p. Some people say as low as 144, and it's really just crappy, so you just listen to the audio, right? So that reason, that's because YouTube is doing that all on the fly, okay? So basically, I think you'll only see an improvement if you actually have been watching at the highest quality, all right?
But
the on-demand videos, I don't know either.
What the fuck he's been talking about.
The on-demand videos, since they take time to process, would
he started
actually
talking
have
about
a
this yesterday.
increase in quality, I would hope. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. Okay, we'll see what happens.
Well,
interestingly enough, YouTube.
But isn't there a Rick Sanchez that makes the tracker
allows you
content?
to stream all the way up to 51,000 kilobits per second. And the reason they allow up to that is for people who want to stream at 4K quality. Now, there is absolutely no way I'm streaming at 4K quality. Nothing that I have allows 4K quality, so don't expect that. But I would definitely like to be able to give you higher quality stuff. All these years I've been limited and bottlenecked by having everything go through my CPU. But now splitting that load, I'm finally using my graphics card. 9 years ago when I bought this PC, I spent a lot of money on this PC, and that graphics card was expensive, and it's never been used, essentially. Now it's finally going to get some use on a daily basis, right? So we'll see what happens. All right, let's hope things go for the best. Now, again, I need your feedback. If you're watching this live on stream and you say, oh, man, there's definitely something wrong, let me know. Someone had said the other day they felt that the audio was desynced. Now, I can't confirm that. What I do is I can watch the on-demand videos after the fact, and I can confirm after watching the on-demand videos of both Elden Ring and the Daily Wrap, the audio was synced perfectly. There was no problem with the audio. But if there's audio desync on the stream, I'm curious what's going to happen. I'm kind of scratching my head because I'm thinking about it. I'm like, if the stream is desyncing, that would actually mean it's an encoding problem with the GPU, and I can't fix that. If I were to try to change the sync of the audio and video, then that means the on-demand videos that you'll watch after the fact on YouTube, those would be desynced because I'm changing the audio sync, you see? So I don't really think there's much I can do about that if it's the stream only. But people seem to be saying the stream looks good at 1080p and the audio is synced. So if that's the case, it seems like we have improvements. There's two negatives to this. Number one, YouTube has this weird, stupid thing. If you stream at a high bitrate, they constantly have a pop-up on the screen that says, your stream's bitrate is above what we suggest, which is 4,500 kilobits. You may want to adjust it. Well, I don't. And I don't seem to have any way to disable that message. It just constantly appears on my screen. So I guess from now on, I just have to stare at it like an idiot. I don't see a way to get rid of it. If you close it, it just opens again. I don't know why YouTube has this. This is super annoying that it's on my dashboard as I stream. Maybe someone knows a way to disable that. I don't know.
I mean, maybe you just unplug it, plug it back in, maybe.
But I don't really see a way to disable it anywhere in any settings, okay?
Maybe just.
Number two, the reason this all came about, allow me to explain what happened the other night, because this was not planned, nor was it something I was going to do, but it just all kind of happened at once, okay? So here's the deal. The other night, I was going to stream Like a Dragonetian on Tuesday night. It was going to be my final consecutive stream.
Yeah, what did happen with this? I don't know.
And I turned on the stream, and I noticed something immediately. OBS, which is the streaming software I use to stream and capture, which is open source, by the way, it's free, for some reason forced an update. And then gave me a big pop-up saying, hey, Phil, just so you know, OBS won't be supported by Windows 8 anymore. So if you want further updates of OBS, you're going to have to update your Windows. Now, this has happened with every program I'm using. Seriously. It's happened with every browser I use. It's happened every program I use say, oh, no longer supported. So I'm used to this stuff, saying that it's not going to update anymore. It's not a huge deal for me, okay? So I think what happened was OBS forced this update as a way of saying, adios, amigos, we're gone. We're not supporting Windows 8 anymore, but at least here's the latest version, because I
don't blame them.
Updated the program. It just did it by itself. Now, when it did it, it updated a ton of shit here. Like, the whole OBS menu changed. It now has different buttons and stuff in different positions, and I was like, uh-oh. So I go to stream, and I find out, guess what? They changed all of my settings. All of my capture settings, my stream settings, it's all changed.
You're a few years behind,
my God.
Phil.
So I'm like starting over. I got to go through every menu and change every setting to a different thing now. I was pretty upset, to say the least. I'm like, dude, I don't want to have to reset all my shit. This is dumb. But I had to. I had to go through there and had to put a million things into it to get it to work again. Now, as I was setting this up, I said, why not do this attempt to split, right? Why not split the GPU and CPU?
Chat,
because
bro.
now I have the capability. I'm already forced to redo all my
Windows
settings.
8,
Let's just
dude.
give it a shot.
Windows fucking 8.
And so we did test it, and at first I wanted to do all on the GPU. That did not work. When we tried to stream and
What's up,
capture the
Dead
GPU, the whole system crapped out. It went and froze. So that's a no-go. But it looks like I can do one process per each, and the computer can handle it. All right? So this just happened out of nowhere, completely inadvertently. Now, another thing that happened was that the pop-up messages stopped working, but I think that they're working. Ready? This is going to be a demo. This is not real. Let's see if this works. Ready?
He didn't update OBS for 8 years.
There we go. That's not real. That was not a real tip.
8 years.
I just wanted to test it. Yeah, the animations had conked out too, because what happens is in OBS, there's this weird setting that it's in a menu within a menu. You wouldn't even be able to find it if you didn't know it was there. And it's like,
I'm surprised it
hardware
worked for that long,
acceleration,
you know?
with your browser plugin. And I was, what does that even mean? I have no idea what that means. You saw, does that animation look good? It's full 60 frames. It's a nice, sharp animation. What hardware acceleration would I need for that exactly?
Bro, when OBS...
So I don't even know what that option's supposed to do, but when it's checked, the animations don't work. If you uncheck it, now the animations work. So, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me. So, I unchecked it. We got that fixed. So, basically, we did all this stuff, and we got everything working. Okay?
When OBS
So, this
asked
is the
me
good
for
news.
an
This
update...
is, like I said, a blessing in disguise. At first, nothing was working. Everything crapped out because of this update. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a pain, man. Now
I
we got to
didn't
do all
even
the
know
setup
that
and
there
everything.
was an animation
But
for that, dude.
now today, we may have more quality than ever before. What I would
Appreciate
definitely
it,
like over the next few days as I play games like Silent Hill 3, Like a Dragon Ishin, Elden Ring, Oblivion, give me your feedback. Especially for those of you
I
who
actually
watch
need to change
at full
that,
quality 1080p.
'cause I didn't know.
I absolutely need your feedback. I need to know what you think overall. Does it look good? Does it look better than it used to? I hope so. I hope what's happening is we will no longer get big frame rate dips. Okay? Perhaps it'll look sharper. That I don't know if I can really affect, because that's really more dependent on my capture device. And I have noticed this capture device maintains frame rate, but tends to dip when it comes to the pixelization. So, I guess we'll see what happens, okay?
Okay.
Let's find out what happens and go from there, all right? So,
Wait,
thank you for being
find out-
patient the other night. And today is an experiment, and moving forward this week will be an exciting experiment
Why
to
does
see
he-
if my quality is better. And if it is, man, this is great. I finally get a significant upgrade again.
Why
Just
does he
think of all the
sound-
upgrades this year
why
that
does he
we've
sound like
already
he's
done.
in trouble when
Better
he's like-
webcam quality, cool
Right.
new setup, new capture device, better overall quality on the streams and the videos. This is all a progressive increase in quality here on DSP Gaming, and I'm very happy about this. The one other negative, OBS now forces you to log into YouTube to stream. Didn't used to do that. What used to happen is there's a thing that's called a stream key. So when you set up a stream anywhere, they give you a key, and all you had to do is put that into OBS, and it would know where to stream to, and you're done. Now, every time I want to stream, I have to log into YouTube. The problem with that is I use 2 YouTube channels. So what I'm gonna have to do is set it up.
Wait, can you?
So that this
I think
thing
you
can
can still
dual log
you
in
can
and
still
everything,
use the stream key.
and be able to switch on the fly. It's a different process. It's a little annoying, but I think I'll get used to it. It's just something new that I have to get used to.
Bro, I appreciate
But I don't think
that,
it's gonna
dog.
be a big deal, nor
I
do I
do,
think it's
I
gonna
really
affect
do.
you guys. We'll find out for the first time.
I tried to make shit as like cheap
When
as
I stream
possible.
on Saturday, when we do DSP versus the internet on
Like, I only
Saturday,
make, like,
on
$5
DSP
on,
Reacts,
like, the shirts
that'll
and
be our
shit.
first opportunity to see how it works and if it works fine or whatever. I hope it's
I
not
just
an
thought it
issue.
would be cool
Well,
to
I guess
have
we'll
some
see
shit on
Saturday.
there.
Okay. All right. So guys, I know that was an interesting intro. You weren't expecting that. I wasn't either. It happened on the fly Tuesday night, like wildly. I was like, what the heck? So let's hope for the best. Fingers crossed. Let's hope that everything works good, that the quality is better moving forward. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of positives coming out of this. So let's focus on those, okay?
Sip, sip, sip.
Dex says the hardware acceleration is for the CPU load. Most CPUs have a special
Where did the
chip on
load
standby,
go?
like a core for the PC to kick applications to it, so it won't bog down what the CPU is primarily being used
I
for.
remember when he used to play Bassmaster, it would max his
People are
CPU.
saying that
His
autofocus
CPU
keeps
would
happening.
almost
That's the
melt
camera.
from Bassmaster.
What I can do, I could turn off autofocus entirely on this camera.
I think it was the water, physics maybe.
Because autofocus is on. Let me find it. So right now, do you feel like the camera is focused? If you feel like it is, I'll turn off autofocus right now. All right, ready? Okay, I just turned off autofocus. So now I can do this. The brightness will adjust, but the focus should not. Okay? That better? We'll leave it like that then. And hopefully auto. The only thing is now, when I do special videos, like when I'm doing food and stuff, and I want to show it to you, it's not going to focus when I bring it to the camera. So maybe when I'm doing those special videos, I should turn the autofocus on. So there you go. I think what happened is eventually that was off, but it resets the settings every time that something resets, and OBS resets, so it reset my settings. So there you go. Okay.
How many times can you say reset in 20 seconds?
All right. Onward and upward, as they say. Constant improvement. So, guys, I'm back from break. Today is Thursday, the 13th of April. I had a day off yesterday.
Wait, that was just that wasn't
about
even
what I did on my day off.
Oh my god.
Some game news happened, or other news, just interesting news that I'd like to talk about that happened during my day off. Okay, I'd like to talk about the schedule for the week, obviously, so you guys know what's going on, because this week is going to be an interesting week coming up. So shall we do it? What should we jump into first? Want to do the Phil's Day Off segment? Right? Why not? Why not do a little segment that I like to call Phil's Day Off? Phil's Day Off. Did you think that was going to work after I smashed the shit out of it? Because I didn't, and then it did. So figure that one out. Anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday was my day off. I didn't do anything too special. Basically, my wife had been working all week, and so this was our day off, and we decided that we were going to have a relaxed day at home.
What's the day off?
Going on.
What's the bad shit that happened to you?
What do we do? Well, I went out. I ran errands. You know, my usual grocery shopping. What do we need this week? Jasper needed more treats, so we bought him more treats. Liquid treats.
That's
he has a liquid treat every morning.
Come on,
so basically,
man.
the liquid in his diet is we give him some kind of a liquidy treat, whether it's like a little bisque or chunks of meat with a broth or something like that. And then most of the outside of that, he just eats this dry food. So we got him some more of those. Trying to think what else. I was, not too much crazy. Nothing too crazy. It was more of a standard day out, just doing regular errands. Outside of that, I'm trying to think, like, nothing too over the top. My wife and I watched a lot of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. So funny enough, the Prisoner of Azkaban from the earlier Harry Potter movies is my favorite one.
When he describes hanging out with Kat,
mystery style plot and a lot of twists and turns you're not expecting.
It sounds like he's talking about like two 10-year-olds.
Every time you think
you know what's going on,
something else crazy happens out of nowhere. My wife says it's her worst liked one so far out of the first three. She's like, I don't really like this one that much. I was like, oh well, I guess to each their own. We didn't finish it. I think we have like a half an hour left, so we're gonna probably finish that tonight.
The only thing I really ban people for is being fucking racist.
We did that, and for dinner, we ordered. Well, here's the thing: we did absolutely nothing for our anniversary this year. She was working, I was working,
and a few people that wish death on Phil.
All right, so we said for our dinner this week to order out, we wanted to order some sushi because we love sushi, but it's pricey. We said, you know what? It's our anniversary.
Definitely
we'll go
TOS.
A little bit of a splurge to order sushi. So we ordered 2 different kinds of sushi, and we ordered. Well, here's the thing: we have a sushi place we really like. Okay, when we order from it, we don't like to order from it because delivery sushi gets messed up on the way. It does. There's nothing you can really do. But we weren't going out, so we said, let's just order. And we ordered 2 kinds of sushi, and we wanted a side. Now, this place does all kinds of stuff. They do teriyaki, they do tempura, and they do katsu.
This isn't
well,
the
whenever
Asian
we
fusion,
go there in person to eat, we always get a side of the chicken teriyaki, and so we snack on that as we wait for our sushi to come out, and it's really, really good.
Sounds like Asian
But we
fusion.
get this every time. Okay, so like we're gonna do something different. So let's try the chicken katsu.
I mean,
okay. So we ordered the chicken katsu along with 2 orders of shrimp for our anniversary dinner.
I mean,
and the sushi is fine. Did I say shrimp? 2 orders of sushi is what I meant to say.
Like
our
we're going
sushi
for longevity
here. Always
you
good.
know.
We always order different kinds. Usually we get like a savory one and a spicy one, and we did. We had one that was very sweet but savory, and then we had another one that you eat it, you start to eat it, tastes like fish, and all of a sudden, boom, it kicks in, you get spice in your mouth. Like, oh, it's good. So our sushi was great. But the chicken katsu, immediately we noticed something different as we opened it up. We're like, it doesn't look like chicken katsu we've ordered at other places. And we look at the receipt, and the receipt says they use, listen to this, white meat chicken in their chicken katsu.
I am going for longevity.
Now, how many of you out there have had chicken katsu before? What you may have noticed is that most chicken katsu uses dark meat chicken. All right? And there's a good reason that they use dark meat chicken. Because dark meat chicken is very juicy. It is more fatty, okay? But it's juicy and it has more flavor to it, okay? If you're going to bread and eat chicken,
I just had a really funny idea for a video.
Chicken. Now, of course, everyone has
it
this
involves
weird
a horse and a
health food
chicken.
craze. Everything has to be white meat. You go to McDonald's and get their nuggets, it's white meat. You go to the store, you buy a frozen bag of meat, it's probably white meat, all right? I don't know what this craze is with white meat chicken. White meat chicken is drier, doesn't taste anywhere near as good, doesn't cook as well, all right? Is it slightly healthier for you? Yes, slightly, because it has less fat. But you're eating not just for that, you also eat for flavor. If you're going to a restaurant and you're spending money, you probably want better flavor. I'm not caring about the fucking, this is not a health food store, so give me flavor. So it really drives me nuts because...
You mean salt. You want salt.
I've never had chicken katsu that was white meat before, all right? Immediately when you're looking at it, it's dry. Like, I know this is going to be dry. Every bite of this katsu will be dry, all right? And I was correct. The
he talks
breading,
about food a lot.
Dry. The meat, dry. Now, they give you a dipping sauce, a katsu dipping sauce. It was all right. Every place I have is a little different. What katsu dipping sauce
Phil
is,
missed his
basically
calling.
Japanese
He
Worcestershire sauce. You ever had Worcestershire sauce?
He could have been like a Joey's World Tour.
So it's a Japanese style, and
Or,
usually they taste a little different. Some of them are more
like
tangy,
that.
some of them are more sweet. This one was actually tangy and had a bite to it, like a spicy bite. All right. So I'm putting the katsu into the sauce. I'm eating it.
Another
it's
good
okay,
idea for a
but I'm like,
thumbnail.
dude, this is nowhere near as good as chicken katsu that I've had at other places around here, just local places that aren't considered a better restaurant.
I
like
might
this
make that one right now.
So it's weird to me because their sushi is absolutely amazing, outstanding. Their teriyaki is absolutely amazing, outstanding. We've even had their soups before. Like, we've had their miso soup and stuff. That's really good. Their katsu is terrible. And how can they have a product that's literally just bad compared to their competitors, but no one's told them? Like, how long have they had this on the menu and no one says that their katsu sucks? Because it does. That katsu sucked.
Yeah, I mean, he's a quarter Italian,
it's definitely
so
disappointing when
he's got a lot of
this is a place, everything we've ever got was great.
Cooking skill.
It's supposed to be our anniversary dinner, and the thing we try new is bad, right? So it's kind of like, what are you going to do? We gave it a shot. It wasn't good. You'll learn. You'll live and you'll learn, right?
You do indeed.
But the sushi was good. At least the sushi was good. So we did have a good dinner overall. It just wasn't as filling as we were hoping. Our side essentially sucked. We didn't even eat that much of it because it was very dry. Okay? So it is what it is. That's about it. That's all we really did. We did that when we watched Harry Potter. You know, kind of a relaxing day. Not much going on during our... Thank God, because last week my day off was a nightmare. As I told you, I wasted so much time last week with bullshit. And this week I actually just got to generally relax with my wife.
But it's still negative.
So that's good, obviously.
Everything is still negative.
And I'm just trying to think. There's really nothing else notable to really talk about on the day off. So that's Phil's day off. What an exciting segment.
That's it for just...
I got this working fully by beating the shit out of it, by the way. You notice that? I smacked it around. Now it works fine.
Okay, so it was still all negative.
Whatever. That's technology for you.
We're waiting for Phil to have a good day.
So.
Off.
I know, what an amazing segment. I know you guys were really
or a
dying
good day
for
in
that
general.
segment. Let's go through the schedule for the week, because this week's schedule now has been shuffled around a little bit because Tuesday night got thrown off. For the most part, this is a standard week. 6 straight days of streaming, including today. 6 full days of streaming, including today. Okay? And some fun stuff with React stuff over the weekend. It's a good week. Now, before we even start with that, you guys have been voting. When I say you guys, I mean the channel members, all right, of DSP React have been voting on what you guys want for the long-form React event for the month. We set this poll up the other day. What I would like to do is give you guys an update on how you guys have been voting. All right, so there are 3 options: Defunct Land, Internet Historian, and Low Spec Gamer. All right, 40 votes have been cast out of the 100 members we have, so about 40% of people have voted. I would hope more of you will vote. If you're a member of DSP React, please wake up. Now, I know it's been about a day, 2 days. Please vote on this poll. The more votes, the better. But here's the early results, okay? Defunct Land has 28% of the vote. Low Spec Gamer has 8% of the vote. Internet Historian has 65% of the vote. So do the math. It's like 25 votes out of 40 voted for Internet Historian. Now, I've never seen a single video from Internet Historian. I have seen a video from Defunct Land, and that is quite entertaining. But I don't know anything about Internet Historian, all right? So I guess what we'll have to do is, keep that poll going for the week, okay? Please vote on which of those three you'd like to see me do for a long-form React event this month. And by the end of this week, we're going to determine the winner. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go onto the channel of the winner, and we're going to pick some of the best videos.
Phil wakes up with $0 every morning.
And we're going to see how long they are as well. Remember, typically for me,
he said that before. He said
when
that
I'm doing
once.
one of these React videos, it takes a while. Now this is
he said every day he wakes up with no money.
This is not necessarily the story of a YouTuber where I'm going to be comparing my journey to theirs and pausing and talking as much. So maybe in this case, let's say for example we do end up watching Internet Historian, and let's say one of his videos is 30 minutes long. We'll probably pick 3 videos, and I'll do a long form React where we react to all 3 of those over the course of a day for a day's worth of reacting content. Okay. And by the way, that event is set for April 30th, just so you guys know, Sunday. All right? So, please vote if you have not yet. Okay? If you
I
have
can't
not,
vote, dude. I'm not a member.
Oh, my nose is bothering me.
I don't think
by the end of this week, we'll determine
gatekeep
the winner,
voting, Phil.
and then we'll determine what videos we're going to watch. Okay? So, this is all coming together nicely this month, and I'm very happy about that. Let's talk about the schedule for this week. And then I'm going to let you know long-term some of the ideas I have for this month. All right? So this week, here's what's going on. Today, we're going to continue on with Silent Hill 3 HD. All right? Started the playthrough the other day. Shocked some people. They were like, oh, he's doing this? I mean, yeah, it was kind of on the fly thing. Remember, we determined
he's really doing this? Oh, fuck, man. Fuck.
He's
really doing this.
And
God damn it.
To Elden Ring.
That's more along the lines of what they
Is it going to be a super hyper-popular project? I don't think so. It's for people who like horror and like to see me do more variety of survival horror, because I haven't done Silent Hill in a very long time. I've only played this game once ever, and it was 11 years ago, before direct capture, before live streaming, before face cam, before interaction, before any of this. It's a very different style today than I did back then. I remember playing this game 11 years ago and hating it. I was flipping out at that subway section, so pissed off. Now, did I die and get frustrated at this time around? Yes, I did. But the difference is I'm not swearing like a sailor. I'm not an asshole, making up, Instead, it's kind of like, it's frustrating. Let's keep continuing and trying to figure it out, right? A little bit of a different attitude. I've definitely mellowed out and matured over the last decade.
Maybe mellow.
So,
no.
This should be fun. Today, we're past the subway. I don't know where it goes next. I actually don't remember. But we'll continue on with the game today. See where it takes us. If you like the nostalgic vibes and if you like survival horror, please, by all means, support the stream. I would appreciate that, okay? All right. Later tonight on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, it's going to be Like a Dragon Ishin Endgame. What we were supposed to do on Tuesday night and couldn't do because everything fell apart, we'll now be doing tonight. Now, we are thoroughly into the end of the game, meaning it is pretty much all story and then big chunks of combat and boss fights coming up. There's really no more side content left in the game. So it's going to be full speed ahead on the story of the game, finishing it up. I hope you'll join me tonight. We're not beating it tonight, I don't think, because we still have 3 chapters left, and each chapter roughly is around 45 minutes to an hour, so I don't see us getting through 3 chapters in one sitting, especially because I bet that last chapter is very lengthy. So, hope you'll join me tonight, especially if you've been around for the whole ride. It's about a 30-hour playthrough. We're getting to the end, and I'm excited to see how it all ends, starting tonight, okay? Tomorrow, we will swing back to the return to Elden Ring. Now, I have a good amount to say about this today, all right? So please bear with me. This is the Return to Elden Ring segment. What a freaking difference it is playing this game a second time. Knowing where the main interesting stuff is that you need to get for the early game, and doing this as a magic build.
Bro,
it literally feels like I'm playing a completely different video game. It does. I remember my first run, not knowing what I was doing. I felt like I was a weakling. I never knew how to attack anything. So now I'm fighting bosses, challenge bosses.
He gets like a high-ass level staff.
And it was easy.
And
it was not easy my first run.
My
first run was
fucking
like
magic attacks.
And it's very hard to figure out when
from
you
a
can
distance
hit and how to dodge or block properly and all of that.
I mean, it's the perfect.
And now I'm playing and it's like,
Phil build.
Dude, this is night and day. Magic build, you are glass cannon. And what that means is you're very weak. You can maybe take 1 or 2 hits tops and you're dead. But you are doing tremendous damage output.
It's going to catch up, I think. I think somebody said that
is
once
to
he
hit them
hits
more than
like
they hit you and be
a
very
certain
evasive,
level,
staying away
it's
around mid-range.
It's not gonna
while
work
pelting
anymore.
them with powerful spells. It's totally different from how I played the game the first time. It really does feel like you're playing a shooter versus playing, a game that's hand-to-hand combat. It's a completely different style and strategy. So just to give you some perspective, I played Elden Ring for 4 hours the other day. Okay, my return to Elden Ring run.
Or maybe he'll just
In those
cheese
4 hours,
cheese the whole thing.
Okay,
I don't know.
I got some really good gear thanks to the help of the stream chat telling me here's where you can go early on to get good gear and good
Big
spells.
ups
So
to
I
that
got it
stream
right away.
chat.
I started leveling up. I went southward and grabbed a few of the upgrades, like
Told
the
him
sacred
exactly
tears
where to
and,
go.
And the what do you call them? The physic
Super
tears
boring,
for
dude.
for
Super
the
boring.
Wondrous Physic Flask. Went and got the Wondrous Physic Flask. Okay, then basically went right to the castle, and immediately within a few tries beat Margit, and then immediately past him went through the castle. Pretty much no problem. This time I went through the main gate, which I didn't do the first playthrough. The first playthrough, I went the side way, which is supposed to be the sneaky way into the castle. This time I said, fuck yeah, I'll just go right up the middle. And because I had ranged attacks, I was able to kill all the guys that were trying to snipe me. And I went right up the middle and basically killed. I actually realized it's interesting playing this game a second time. When you run into things like, for example, I fought the creature that's supposed to be the Beast Man. Remember, there's the Beast people in this game? They're Beast Clerics or whatever. And you fight them, you're like, wait a minute. Wasn't that like an end game enemy or boss? Isn't there a boss that plays like this? Yeah, that's an early game enemy in the game, but you don't realize that because, if you were playing this game cold turkey, you fight that boss, within the first dozen hours? It's not even a boss, it's just a regular enemy. Then later on in the game, 100 hours in, you realize this is an end game boss. Like, whoa. So that's kind of interesting that they're early on like that. But anyway, I'm just going through it and I'm killing everything. And I went right to Godric. And ladies and gentlemen, I guess I can spoil now because it's been on the internet for 2 days. I one-shotted Godric the Grafted. One shot. It was close, but I one-shotted him. And I was like, what the hell? I was totally blown away. I was like, dude, magic build is so bustedly easy.
It's gonna catch
now,
up
here's
to
the
you.
thing. I'm okay with that because I've already done the melee build. I didn't want to do a second melee build. This is something completely different, all right? But in 4 hours, I essentially did all the necessary things I need to do in what is the southern part called? Liurnia? No, Limgrave, right? Limgrave? I already beat it all. It's done. I don't even need to go back. Maybe I want to go back because the underground dungeon, the well, there might be stuff there I need. I don't know. You guys got to tell me if there's any magic items down that well that I didn't beat because I could go there and do that whole dungeon now. But outside of that, I was like, what in the holy hell? This is a completely different experience, right? It's totally 100% different experience for me. I couldn't even believe how different it was. So, hey, here's the thing. So after doing that on Tuesday, right? I'm like, and by the way, it's not like I didn't die. I absolutely did. You want to know the biggest danger when you're a magician in this game? Spacing. Because if you don't have situational awareness of where you are in the environment, you constantly get yourself stuck in a corner or walk off a ledge. That killed me way more so far than any enemy. Just me, oops, I was backing up to casting spells. I walked right off the ledge because I didn't realize that was the end of the ledge.
Send me the picture.
And I almost think like that's going to be the biggest challenge to me. Spatial awareness, yeah, that would be correct. Spatial awareness is the best wording for it. Yeah,
I would get
and
a
I don't
kick out
have
of
that. I never had that in the original run. That was the opposite of what I needed. In the original run, it's figure out your openings to just get in there and wail on the enemy. Do jump R2 a million times till they're stunned, and then hit them with a special attack or what do they call it, the visceral attack or whatever it is. And you're not doing that at all here. Here it's just
Thanks, brother.
Stay mid range. Keep blasting them with spells, dodge, recharge all your energy, and then do it again. And don't fall off a ledge, and don't get cornered.
Hey, Jin is for 21,
it's very different. I get
21 and up only,
some
okay?
parts of the game that are going to be piss easy, and there's going to be some parts of the game that are going to be very difficult. Like if I start fighting enemies that are very magic resistant, I wonder how I'm going to beat them. Seriously.
21 and up, tubes.
I'm curious how I'm going to beat them because I don't have, I have a shitty short sword. That's it. Maybe later on I'll actually find weapons that scale with magic, but they're considered not magic
yes,
damage.
You can put Jin
so
in
maybe
it
I could use that. But right now I got nothing.
To do that.
So if I find an enemy that's resistant to magic, I really can't hurt it at all. I'm wondering what I'm supposed to do.
As long as you're consenting
anyway,
and alive,
we're done with
should be good.
Limgrave,
okay.
the first area. And I think
All right,
we're heading,
I'm done
what's
now.
the name of the second area? Is it Liurnia? We're heading into the bog area. It's the big swamp, and then you get to the academy. You have to fight the dragon and all that. Like, we're heading to that next. And I think what everyone was saying was, for your build, the glintstone build that I'm doing, this is where I need to go because there's a lot of great items in this general area, just exploring and also doing the academy. You'll get the great items you need to have a good build. So, so that's going to be starting tomorrow. Now, here's the thing. We could go down the well and do that optional dungeon. That's the first major optional dungeon of the game, is that well, okay, which was in Limgrave. We could go back and do it if you guys want. So that'll be your call. Should we do the well, or should we just continue on and head into the magic area of the bog and do all the stuff down there? And where do I go?
What the fuck is
optional
his
areas
flavor?
around the
What is
outskirts
his
I should do
flavor?
first, or should I head straight for the academy? Like, what's the best strategy here? So, that's tomorrow. Mainstream. All right? Continuation of the Magic Glintstone run in the Return to Elden Ring.
Would not recommend that.
Okay? Tomorrow night, Friday night, will be Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. So I hope you'll join me for Oblivion tomorrow night. Okay? Then Sunday, excuse me, Saturday, it's DSP versus the Internet. This is my weekly react
Every
show
time he
over on
mixes,
DSP Reacts.
G
Over
Fuel and alcohol, I'm just like,
100
dude.
members are nominating videos for us to review on Saturday.
He
It is
mixes
first come,
G
first
Fuel,
serve. So
or
if you have
he
not yet
mixes-
nominated, I strongly urge you, get your nominations in over there on DSP Reacts on the
takes
community
Kratom
tab
and
as
drinks
soon as possible.
alcohol,
'Cause if
dude.
you don't
I'm
get them
like-
in today, we're likely we ain't watching them. All right.
That's
if
really
you're an Ultra member
dangerous.
on DSP Reacts, we're guaranteed to watch your video, so you have time
His
still.
liver is
but
gonna-
please don't wait till the last minute. Every
Fucked
week it
up.
never fails. There's someone who posts up like 5 hours before the show. How am I supposed to see that? I'm already ready to go, right? I get the playlist done the night before. So please get your nominations in. I'm excited for our weekly react show. Okay. Saturday night will be the conclusion of Like a Dragon Ishin. We're finishing the game Saturday night if everything goes according to plan. Sunday will be more Silent Hill 3 paired with Oblivion. Monday will be more Elden Ring. And on Monday night, we're doing something special and different. Ladies and gentlemen, on Monday night, we're having a chill tier maker night. What does that mean? It means this coming Monday night over on DSP React,
What's up,
we're
Dale?
doing a late night DSP React stream where we're going to do 2 tier maker rankings live together. What will they be?
People don't realize
I don't know.
how fucking
Let's
harsh
talk about that over the next few days. We got
kratom
today,
is on
tomorrow,
the liver, dude.
Saturday, and Sunday to determine that. Let's figure out what we want to do
I didn't
Monday
know
night.
how-
What would you like to see me rank? Food?
how hard it was
Would you
either.
like to see me rank games?
Until I watched the
Something
thing
in pop
about it.
culture? What
Big
would you
ups,
like to see me rank?
Christopher.
I'm down for
Big
whatever,
ups.
man.
I don't wanna
So give
see
me
you
your
rank
ideas,
anything, dude.
what you would like to see.
Nothing.
Um,
Nothing. I want to see you rank anything. No tier lists.
And I'm all for suggestions because I think we're going to do 2. From what we saw during my birthday marathon, it takes about an hour to do each tier maker.
It can be
okay?
used
Each
for
tier
that.
maker ranking, roughly 60 minutes.
Yeah.
So that means we'd have time for 2 different ones
Like
that we can
a-
do
like a
on the
bootleg,
channel on Monday night.
Suboxone
That's a
or
cool
something.
late night variety stream. That's good. We could break stuff up and do a little bit different content. I'm down for that. As you guys know, I told you, my goal is to diversify my content. I'm not just the guy who sits around playing games all day anymore. I want to do some different stuff. That's why we have a React channel to begin with. So this would be great new content for that channel. So Agonito said, what about a Street Fighter tier list? Okay. Derek says, how about members can suggest tier makers? Oh, that's actually a good idea, Derek. Derek came up with a good idea. Why not have the members
Obviously
suggest
Phil
their
is-
opinions and maybe pull some of the best ones out of there? Yeah, that's not bad. Let's do open suggestions, but I may also do a thread to have members suggest as well. Let's see how it goes. Maybe we'll do a members thread over the weekend. But that's great. Yeah. So tier maker night, Monday night, 2 hours of tier maker fun on DSP React. Okay? Then on Tuesday, likely I'll do a double stream of Elden Ring, only because Elden Ring's the longer game here between that and Silent Hill 3. Like, Silent Hill 3 is not a lengthy game. If I remember correctly, it's like maybe 12 to 15 hours, if that. So I don't think it's going to take us that long to beat it. So therefore, what's the rush? If we're playing it today, we're playing it Sunday, right? Now we're 9 hours in. We don't need to rush to try to beat it this week. So I think I'd like to do more Elden Ring than probably than Silent Hill this week. So we'll probably do like Monday and Tuesday do double Elden Ring streams. And then Tuesday night we'll do more Oblivion. Okay? Now Wednesday is my day off. Thursday of next week is an interesting day, which we're going to talk about in the game news. There's actually a game presentation that I'm very interested in watching live. And I think we're actually going to do that together. All right? But we'll talk about that in a minute when I get to the game news. But what I'm thinking is, if you're not aware, all right, on Wednesday, April 19th, it is the release of Final Fantasy
He hates live
Pixel
reacts.
Remaster Collection.
Now
This is
he's
Final
Mr.
Fantasies
React,
1
huh?
through 6,
Fucking
redone
Mr.
with
React.
more upgraded graphics and gameplay
Okay.
elements and controls for modern consoles
What's up, Hum
and
Along?
PC. This has been out for about a year on PC, and people have already played it and really loved it. But now it's finally coming to Switch and PS4, so I'm probably likely going to get it on PS5 to play. And I would like to start a classic Final Fantasy game with you guys as a late night chill stream. So we'll now be balancing between Oblivion and a classic Final Fantasy game on the late night chill streams, okay? But which game? That I can't answer for you, because it'll be up to you guys to see, would you like Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, or 5? So think about it this week. Which one would you like more? Reason I ask you is because I've played all of them. 5 I've played multiple times. I know a lot about. I really like the gameplay elements, and I like the graphics and music. I don't like the story, but I like everything else about it. 1, 2, and 3 I've all played. I beat 1 and 2. I thought they were okay, pretty good games. I've never beaten 3. 3 I actually got bored of and stopped playing. But that was a long time ago. And maybe now with the Pixel Remaster, I'd like it more. I don't know. Also, with an interactive audience and everything, it makes it better, you see? So, I'm curious, which would you like, 1, 2, 3, or 5? And I say, well, what about 4 and 6? Well, 4 and 6 I've played multiple times for you guys over the years. You know, old school playthroughs, more modernized playthroughs. I don't see a reason to replay them again now. Maybe someday in the future, because if I have the collection, I'll have them. But I don't feel the need to replay them when I have these other ones that I've never played for you guys before, okay? So, starting on the 20th, I'd like to start Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster as a late night chill stream and balance that with Oblivion back and forth and back and forth, okay? So, that's cool. Now, there's other games coming out this month. There's Dead Island 2. Are we playing it? I don't know. We got to see if it's good, and we don't know right now because we don't have enough information, right? At the end of the month, we got Star Wars Jedi Outcast. Yes, I absolutely want to play that one, 1,000,000%. I'll be playing Jedi Outcast at the end of this month. That's like the one major new release that I'm really interested in this month, okay? So, that's what's going on right now, schedule-wise. I hope that sounds good to you. Is it Jedi Survivor? I keep calling it Jedi Outcast. I guess it's called Jedi Survivor. Whatever it's called. Star Wars Jedi something, something, something. We're playing that one at the end of the month, okay? So there you go. So Silent Hill 3 and Return to Elden Ring balanced. Next new game on a daytime stream will either be Dead Island 2 or maybe something else like Jedi, depending on what happens. And the next late night chill stream to be added will be next week. It'll be Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters, okay? That's the schedule for the week. I hope that sounds good. 6 straight streaming days for me, including Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday this week. 6 full days of double streams. No missed streams or anything. Last month, I know I missed a ton of streams. None of that this month. This month, I'm here full force for you guys. So I hope that you guys are going to enjoy it, all right? It should be good, okay? All right. Now, what I'd like to do now is a news segment before we get to shout-outs, shall we? So let's get to some news. Oh, by the way, I will say this. As you guys know, we have mixed things up. We're no longer doing monthly goals for members. We're only doing daily goals. This has worked tremendously in the last month. So today, with a full day of streaming here on DSP Gaming, my goal is to try to hit 580 memberships by the end of the day. We're at 572 right now. So it'd be great if maybe you're someone who was thinking of maybe becoming a channel member to support the channel. Maybe your membership has lapsed. You're thinking of renewing it. Or today, we probably have a good attendance for Silent Hill 3. We did the other day. So today would be a great day if you wanted to maybe just help out the community. Maybe gift some memberships to the community. There should be a lot of people here willing to accept a gifted membership to the channel. You get a ton of abilities and perks by becoming a member. You know, a chat crown badge, highlighted name, access to all my emotes. You don't have to abide by slow mode, priority and special events such as the Ask the King Q&A show, and other things. So please consider becoming a member. That's all I got to say about that. Let's get to news. Our first news story of the day. Ready for this? Marvel's Spider-Man. That's right. That's the Spider-Man game from several years ago that originally was on PS4. Then it had the Miles Morales expansion on PS5. Will leave PlayStation Plus Extra in May. It seems that the PlayStation first-party titles, which everyone was assuming would be on PlayStation Plus, like Extra, you know, it's the premium service that you pay every month, you get access to free games. I guess they're not forever titles after all. Everyone thought they were. For example, if you get Game Pass
Gross.
Ultimate, you get access to all the Microsoft-owned games indefinitely. They're never like Halo's never going to come off of Xbox,
Welcome to the future, buddy.
Game Pass. It's always going to be on there. But apparently, PlayStation has decided we don't even want to have even our first-party titles up there permanently. We're going to remove them whenever we feel like it. So what exactly? I mean, I really have to ask this question now. What is the incentive of having the premium PS Plus programs? You don't get any games permanently whatsoever, right? The game selection is far inferior to Game Pass. There just aren't as many interesting titles. They initially said they were going to add all these retro games. They added like 20. That's it. They haven't even added anything. It's the same. It's almost exactly the same program as last year with less games. So what is your incentive to get it? It seems like this was a half-cocked, half-assed idea that was half-implemented, and they never really tried. It looked interesting in the summer of last year. If you remember, I had it for about 2 months. We sat here and we played some retro games, which was very fun to go back and do. And then what happened after that? The whole program fizzled out. No one even talks about it anymore. Some of the games I was playing were removed. So, what incentive would I ever have to go back and get PlayStation Plus Extra or Premium? Zero. I have zero incentive. If I buy it, maybe you're going to take the game off next month. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying they don't do that on Game Pass as well, but the point is on Game Pass, you have a stable library of games you can rely on every month. And they're always adding more, and there's tons of new releases. They're not doing that with the PlayStation program. It just seems like they've forgotten about it, and they're almost abandoning it. What a bunch of assholes. I mean, what were they thinking? You want to talk about a botched business practice? There's your botched business practice right there. I keep telling you guys, it's just every console generation, there's a flip-flop. PlayStation could do no wrong during the PS2 era and dominate it entirely. Then the next console era, Xbox 360, outside of the insanely horrendous Red Ring fiasco, outside of the Red Ring, everything else they did was right? And it took the entire console generation for PlayStation to catch up. Then, PS4 versus Xbox One, Xbox did everything wrong and PlayStation was the dominant. Now here's the weird thing. Solely because PlayStation 4 was dominant, PS5 has been dominant this console gen. But if you compare consoles, if you compare game libraries, if you compare Game Pass to Xbox or PlayStation Premium, man, I'm sorry to say, I really feel Xbox is doing better this console gen, but Xbox is not selling. They actually finally did some sales numbers, and what they're looking at here, they're realizing the Xbox sales have dramatically slowed down to the point where they're just not moving units anymore.
Good to see you, man.
And it's sad, because if you compare services and everything,
Pimp with a link.
I think that Xbox at this point is the better console of this gen. Not for performance,
Big ups,
but everything else. If you factor big picture, I really feel Xbox is doing a better job, but they're not getting the market share. Because last gen, PS4 was so dominant that everyone still wants PS5, and a lot of people still haven't gotten one. You see?
Yeah. He's a stand for a lot of things, dude. Stan the man.
But anyway, I digress. I don't know what they're doing with this PlayStation Plus premium services. They're just not good. I don't even see a selling point for them. Okay?
It's like your memberships.
Some interesting, sadly, sounding pretty negative news in regards to an upcoming game that's
It's
an
all
exclusive
negative,
for Xbox.
Phil.
And now that I said,
Everything you
Xbox
say
is doing
is
better, now here
negative.
comes bad news. You ready for bad news?
You say nothing positive.
Okay.
Ever.
How many of you remember that game Redfall? That's the game coming out of, is it Arcane? The same people who made Dishonored, the same people who made Prey.
If Phil was a super positive guy,
so their newest game, is
and
called
he just did
Redfall.
his thing.
This is supposed to be a game where it's a team.
Do you think anybody would give a fuck about you?
Vampires. The initial gameplay they showed of it looked terrible. It did. Like, it didn't look interesting at all. It looked kind of generic and not that good. So people were kind of like, well, I hope that's not the whole game. Now, apparently, from the news that has come out recently, is that preview that was shown is not representative of what the whole game is. People started showing other early advanced gameplay of it, and the game looks completely different and looks interesting. Unique, fun, okay? So maybe it is, and maybe what they chose to show as their, like, advanced preview was not a good choice. Maybe that's just the truth, is that it just wasn't a good selection, and it was just bad luck that that's what they decided to show, and people started crapping on the game, all right? But to coincide with that kind of leaking of information was some horrible bad news. Are you ready for this? This was officially announced
Sure.
by
What's
Redfall
the
yesterday.
horrible
The
news?
actual Redfall
What's the
account
horrible,
on Twitter
horrible
said
news
this.
that you
Ready?
have for us today, Phil?
Redfall is launching on the Xbox consoles with quality mode only. On the Xbox Series X, this means 4K resolution and 30 frames per second. On the Xbox Series S, this means 1440p resolution and 30 frames per second. And that's it. There will later on be added a 60 frame per second performance mode, but they don't know when.
Why is he so hard on 60 FPS, dude? If it's not 60
This
FPS,
has people completely
what? It's not 60
going nuts on the
FPS?
We're talking game journalists.
You're not
we're
a
talking
competitive
people who are
gamer.
industry insiders, just people
Bro.
in general who are gamers. They're like, "Are you out of your fucking mind?"
He was playing fucking
This is supposed to be one of the
Disney
exclusive first
and
party
complaining
Xbox titles.
about
This is
not
a
having
studio that
60
Xbox bought.
FPS.
They outright
Playing
bought this
fucking
company
Disney.
and said, develop games exclusively for us under our umbrella. You're only engineering this game to run on PC and Xbox, period. You don't have to worry about the architecture of the PS5 or the Switch. You just make games for us. And you're telling me you can't even make your exclusive game run at the industry standard for this console generation. It's not possible.
Phil,
you have to put it out at a lower frame rate at launch.
Phil is
and then
the industry
later on,
standard for
you're going to put in a
e-beggars,
60
dude.
frame
It's
mode
just-
once everyone already doesn't care about the game. Like, what the hell is that? Now, I've said this before. Last console gen, PS4 and Xbox One. I felt like we got bait and switched. Because at the beginning of
Nobody
that console
does it
gen,
like you, Phil.
we were all told the following. This is the console gen where you're going to get graphical fidelity. You're going to be getting 1080p, 60 frames per second. All the games are going to finally be up to snuff with what you've gotten on PC. It's going to be amazing. What happened last console gen? That never happened. What ended up happening was we got games that were bigger, lots of open worlds, lots of collectathons, lots of grindy style games. So the breadth and size of games grew. But graphical fidelity, when it came to getting games to be 60 frames, it just never really happened last console gen. Okay? That was definitely one of the promises that they always fell short on. Now, I said this console gen, right? PS5, Xbox Series S and X, for the most part, has finally lived up to the promises that we had like 10 years ago. Games are finally running at 60 frames in most instances. Take a look at most of the new games that I've been playing recently. Resident Evil 4 Remake, Like a Dragon Ishin, right? These new games. Oh, what was Wolong? Fallen Dynasty I just played recently. Hell, I'm playing Elden Ring. All these games run at 60 frames. Now, Elden Ring does dip, but you know the point I'm making is that, in general, they're living up to the hype finally, right? But now all of a sudden, you've got a game studio that is owned by Microsoft. All they have to do is make their game run well on this console. That's it. And they can't do it.
Yeah.
Or, even worse, they know they can do it because they're promising the mode will come out, but later.
Just like YouTube.
So,
Is Google.
if you can't
How could they ever have any
the
issues,
industry
right?
standard
How could you ever have a problem?
at the launch of
It's
the
the
game,
biggest company in the
why
world.
don't you do something that makes sense and fucking delay the game? Duh! Why are you gonna release this game before it's obviously fucking ready? I'm baffled. Delay the fucking game. This is a case where people would not complain. Just delay it, make it run at 60. Even if it takes 3-4 more months, fuck it. Just do it. Guess what? Guess what, Microsoft? Guess what, Arcane? No one is freaking out about Redfall. People are interested in it, but no one's like, oh my god, I gotta get my
Yeah.
hands on this fucking game
He
right
blows-
away, and
he
if I
blows
don't, I'm not
everything
gonna
up,
play.
dude.
No one's saying that. People trust Arcane. They like their games. In general, they're pretty much all solid outings, if not good outings. Give us a game that's going to be good. Don't rush the release of the game to be 30 frames only, so we all play in an inferior experience that's not as good and is not industry standard. Essentially, they're saying, well, if you want to play our game, take 5 steps back with us, and then wait 4 months and replay the game and get the industry standard. Like, no. Just give us the industry standard or don't give us anything at all. This is stupid. It doesn't make any fucking sense that they would do this. And here's the funny part. Okay? is that a lot of people are starting to quote
They don't
old
owe you
Microsoft execs from
an
2-3
industry
years ago.
They don't owe you
and all
shit,
the execs
dude. What are you
had their
fucking
buzzword.
talking about?
Oh, don't worry, the power of the
private
Series S and X, where every game will be 60 frames. That's why we're putting this
They don't owe
architecture
you
into the
anything.
box so that all of our games coming out will all be 60 frames. How is it this is like the first major exclusive, really, of this gen coming out, and it's not 60 frames? I mean, obviously something's wrong here. And some people are really, like, for example, this is Jez Corden on Twitter. I want to give him credit for his quote. He says, Xbox and ZeniMax, so ZeniMax is the parent studio, okay, that owns, I guess, Arcane. Xbox and ZeniMax really need to start collaborating and learning how to manage expectations, which are now very different with ZeniMax as part of a platform, fair or not. The Redfall previews were all presented to us in 60 frames per second with this emo. If you're promoting a game, advertising it in 60 frames, how can you now sell it at 30, right? And I think he's absolutely right. I think what's happened now is that this studio went from being independent or third party to being owned by a first party, and what they don't understand is now they're expected to have first party quality. Where is Xbox quality control? Xbox owns the company, but doesn't do any quality enforcement? This is exactly what happened with Halo Infinite. The game came out and was good at launch, and then what happened? The whole game fell apart within the first few months, and no quality control whatsoever, no updates, no seasonal pass updates, and the game's dead. No one talks about Halo Infinite anymore. It's a dead fucking game, and it should have been the leader in the industry for first-person shooters, and it fizzled out and died because Xbox didn't take control of it. You own the company, fucking do something about it. Don't buy the company and hands up. You got to do something. These companies obviously don't know what they're doing. They need guidance. They need control. They need standards. And they don't have any right now. No one wants to play Redfall at 30 fucking frames, including me. But you know what? It's coming out supposedly in May, and it's going to be a Game Pass game, so I'm going to play it. And if it runs like shit, I'm going to tell you this game is shit. And it's going to be shame on them for releasing it like that instead of delaying it. So there you go. Let's continue here. Oh, okay. So there's one interesting piece of info. I was alluding to this earlier, and this is something that I'm interested in. We got to figure out how we want to do it. Are you ready? On Thursday, April 20th, that is one week from today, at 3 p.m. Pacific time, that would be 3 hours from now in 1 week, Capcom is doing a digital 1 hour long presentation on Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
During this presentation, they are finally going to reveal details
the type of person that
on
would
World Tour, Battle Hub, and Fighting
never
Ground.
offer a
Now, do you know what those are? Those are all the offline style modes or the non-competitive modes.
Complain all you want, but tell me how to fix it.
Information on for a long time. How will the story mode called World Tour work? How long will it be? Will it have a ton of content, or will it just be a short tacked-on mode? Battle Hub. We already know in Battle Hub, this is where you wait for your multiplayer matches, correct? But what else will happen in Battle Hub? Will we have opportunity to play other games? A lot of people have been speculating maybe we'll be able to play Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo in there and or other retro games, retro Street Fighter games, while you wait for a match. Or maybe you could just play those games in general.
It's really his...
Right? So what else will be
almost
available
like his personality.
Fighting Ground, I don't even remember what that is. I know they announced that at some point. I don't even remember what it is. Okay? So we're all kind of like, well, what are these? We want more information on these modes. We're finally going to get our answers. Okay? And some other stuff. They said there's going to be a big announcement at the end of the show, like something no one had been expecting is going to happen at the end of the show. I don't know what that's going to be.
Shows you who he really is on stream.
It's probably going to be something stupid like
which
DLC
most people
skins
don't.
Or something, right? Something dumb.
Most people do the opposite. They show you
this is happening 1 week from today. And ladies and gentlemen,
but
it is hosted. Are you ready for this? No, I don't think you're ready. Okay,
everyone, if you didn't hear the announcement,
you got to calm down. I got to prepare you.
Because he's all safe in his room alone.
You have to prepare yourself.
And then you see him in public.
First of all,
and he acts like your best friend.
Before I make this announcement, make sure you're firmly seated in a safe position. Make sure there's no dangerous things around you. Make sure you have a radius to move and flail your arms and enjoy at what I'm about to tell you. Because so much positivity and excitement is about to hit your body all at once that you need to be ready to be safe. You don't want to have any loved ones here. Make sure you have no pet. If there's a cat here, you put the cat away. Push it away. A dog, no. Rover, Go over there and play with your bone.
I would never push my
because
cat away.
I'm about to
Phil.
make an
I'm not
announcement,
like
and
you.
I don't want to hurt
I
anyone
don't
inadvertently
abuse my
with my
cat at all.
explosion of satisfaction. Okay, you ready? All right, I'm going to warn you. This Street Fighter 6 presentation is going to be hosted by none other than... I'll announce it in 3, 2, 1... Lil Wayne! Lil Wayne! Street Fighter and Lil Wayne! Wow! Who the fuck is Lil Wayne?
Well, you know what the next thumbnail is going to be. Like, you already know.
It baffles me. It baffles me that we're in 2023 and these game companies have not figured out yet that we don't need celebrities
The whole thing
to
is
present
clipped,
video
dude.
games.
I record
We
everything.
just were watching the Crow B Cat video making fun of E3 2016. Do you remember
I
E3
literally
2016? It
record
was
everything,
Battlefield 1
archive
from
it.
EA. And they hired all these celebrities like Zac Efron, right? And all these Snoop Dogg coming in to play the fucking game. Did that sell a single copy of the game? No. None of them knew how to play it. None of them knew what the fuck was going on. They were literally standing around doing absolutely fucking nothing, getting paid. These game companies are fucking asinine idiots.
Pisses you
Why
off,
the fuck
doesn't
would you
it?
pay
That pisses
Lil
you
Wayne,
off.
a rapper, to present the Street Fighter 6 hour-long presentation? Are you fucking stupid? Here's the answer. You ready? Whoever made this decision, yes, you are fucking stupid. There is not one person on earth who's going to buy this fucking game because Lil Wayne is presenting it. There is not one person who will care that Lil Wayne is presenting it. You are moronic. You've wasted your time and money, and you're probably going to waste our time because you think that Lil Wayne is going to be the most informed person on this game, or you're going to have him dancing around probably saying catchphrases and dumb shit. It is the most stupid thing ever. These strategies don't work. We're not morons. I'm not going to run out and buy 8 copies of Street Fighter 6 because you got fucking Lil Wayne for this presentation. You're dumb. Good lord. It really irks me, if you can't tell, that these companies treat us like we're fucking dunces.
Yeah,
right?
I can tell.
How stupid do you think we are? You could literally have anyone else presenting this. Literally anyone else would present this and it would be
Look at
better.
his chat.
I mean
Look at
it too.
his
Like,
chat, dude.
you could have picked a guy walking down the sidewalk I've never seen before, eating an ice cream cone that's dribbling. I would rather see ice cream cone dribbler guy present the presentation than Lil Wayne. I would care more.
Wait, who?
So anyway, and by the way, this has absolutely nothing negative to say about this guy and his quality as a musician. I have no idea.
What?
I don't know what kind of music he really makes or if it's any good. I'm not a judge of that.
Bro.
I'm just saying, stay in your lane and do what you do. No one cares about you presenting Street Fighter. This is the dunce moves, dunce level stuff. Again, this is the equivalent of them.
Wait.
They're hiring people now to do the commentary tracks in the game, right? We got a pro wrestler and we got this and we got that.
He
It's
just told Lil Wayne
focus on the
to
game
stay in
being
his
good.
lane.
Please.
Bro.
We don't need enough of the periphery shit. You've had a hard enough time, Capcom, making your fighting games good. Please just focus on that. Let's make the game good first. Then you worry about the nonsensical periphery shit. You don't do that first and before the game's out. Make the game be good, then do the extra. Okay? Anyway. It is what it is.
Good job,
I guess we're gonna
Phil.
see. So I'm interested in covering this. It's 3 p.m. a week from today, but that would mean that I do like two hours of gameplay and then we
Lil
switch
Wayne is
over
definitely going to hear this.
and we watch it together live.
He's
And
definitely
obviously, if I'm
going
gonna
to
do that, I'm
stay in
gonna
his
do it on
lane, I
TSP
think, from now
Reacts.
on.
So I think that's
So.
what we might do is next week do like a 2-hour stream, whether it's Elden
Totally
Ring or Silent Hill 3,
on base, Phil.
and then end the game and then switch over to DSP
not
Reacts
tone
and
deaf
do a live
whatsoever.
react to that event together. Because there might be some interesting stuff in there. I don't know, but we can try to do it together. Okay, fair enough. I think that's what we're gonna do. I just got to figure out how to get that to work next week. So I'll work on that. I guess I'll
What's
think
up,
about it
Miss
next week.
Rules?
All right, one last announcement, one piece of news, and then we can do shout-outs. HBO Max, this is so funny. I've now had HBO Max for 2 months.
This is
okay?
hilarious,
I watched
Phil.
The Last of Us show.
Actually.
I watched a bunch of DC movies on there, right? And a few other odds and ends. And I've been doing reviews on DSP Reacts as a result of having HBO Max. HBO Max is ending.
I don't think Lil Wayne would even talk to you.
I just fucking
if
got
he
it.
wasn't gonna make any
I
money
literally
off it.
just got it. It's ending. Okay? So HBO Max is ending in May, and they're going to launch a new program or new app called Max.
What's up, Una?
Just Max. I've actually already heard that Maximilian Dude is filing several lawsuits against them. Appropriately so. They should put his face on the app, actually. That would be funny. But anyway, so it's just called Max, okay? So what's the difference? The difference is HBO is merging content into one service rather than having two separate. Previously, it was HBO Max, and that had all the content from HBO, including their movies, their TV series, other series that they signed, like South Park's on there, all kinds of stuff from over the years. But then they had other things, like, for example, there's other things under the same company's umbrella. If you're not aware, all these television channels like Food Network, TLC, HGTV, and maybe like 4 or 5 others, they're all the same company. But they had a separate app for the TV show stuff that people had to subscribe to. I think it was called like Discovery Plus or something like that. Well, I guess Discovery Plus is failing. So what they've decided to do, they're going to merge the two services in an effort to try to get people to maybe if we offer both the HBO side and those other TV side shows in one app, then more people will subscribe. Because I think that the Discovery is really flopping and failing and no one's paying for it. So it's changing now. In May, it's going to have
Tell me about more negative. Phil, I want to hear about more negativity.
All these TV shows in one app called Max. Now, it's funny because I was telling you guys that I was probably going to get rid of HBO Max within a month or two because you guys were telling me of other apps to get to watch stuff for DSP React. And I was like, okay, well, if I get through all the... Like, I still want to watch the James Gunn, the Suicide Squad movie. I probably want to watch Peacemaker. And there's maybe just a couple more things on there that I'm really interested in. But after that, I don't think there's any new television series or anything coming out soon that I'm interested in. So maybe I was thinking maybe I would cancel it. But what's funny now is they're adding in all these TV shows that my wife loves. And we were previously watching a lot of that style of stuff on Hulu. So we might just get rid of Hulu. We might cancel our Hulu and keep HBO Max, which is now going to be called Max, and just keep that as our ongoing service every month, and maybe get a different one to replace Hulu so I can watch more content for DSP Reacts. So here's the good news. The pricing is not going up. It's exactly the same. So if you already had HBO Max and it's converting to this new Max, you don't have to pay anything extra, but apparently you're going to get a lot of new content. So is anyone going to complain about added content? I know I'm not. Right? I'm not going to complain about it. Hey, give me added content, please. I love extra added content, right? Thanks a lot. But outside of that, it's just a weird move that the moment I bought this thing, within 2 months, the whole thing's getting canceled and starting over with something different, right? So anyway, we'll see how it goes. But I'm thinking that's what's going to happen is I'll keep HBO Max, which will then be Max, and that'll be my ongoing service every month because I know my wife likes a lot of the shows. Like, she likes Food Network stuff. She likes HGTV stuff. She can watch that. I'll watch the movies and stuff to review for DSP Reacts, and maybe I'll get a new streaming service, whether that be Netflix, Disney Plus, whatever it is, to watch more stuff and then review it for you guys on DSP Reacts. Okay? So we'll talk about that soon. Probably next month we'll talk about that then when this move happens, because I'm probably going to dump Hulu at this point, I'm thinking. We'll see. Anyway. Joe says Discovery Plus actually costs way less than HBO Max, so it actually screws over some people. I guess so. I guess if you only wanted Discovery Plus, maybe it would screw you over. But I think the whole point is Discovery Plus was failing anyway. I guess they didn't have enough of a subscriber base to sustain. So that's why they're being absorbed into another service. Do you see? Average at Best says, get Disney Plus and create a whole new channel while I'll react solely to Star Wars. My name is already Dark Side Phil. Holy shit, we just came up with an interesting new idea. Dark Side Phil reacts to all Star Wars content nonstop. Oh my god. I don't know if I want to do that.
Wasn't there like a light side Bill
Hobo
or
X,
something?
no, I have not
Light
seen this
side
new Tears of the
Bob,
Kingdom
or-
trailer. Didn't it release this morning?
What was that guy's deal?
So no, I did not
Is he like
see
a
it.
detractor or something?
I did not have a chance to see it. Oh my god. Anyway, all right, that's the news I have to talk about. It's time to get to shout-outs now. Here we go. So, shout-out side, we have absolutely, positively, no contributions whatsoever on the YouTube side of things.
Fuck.
We have no memberships. We have no super chats. We have no super stickers. We have no gifted memberships. We have nothing. Zero. So I have
Zilch.
nothing to shout
Nada.
out on that end.
Nil.
Zero. Okay?
Keep going.
Nothing.
Let's go. Go. Keep going. Come on.
Zilch.
Okay.
Nada.
Yes. There it is. Yes. Go.
However, I do have a tip to shout out, so let's shout out this tip. By the way, how have you guys liked the quality of the podcast? Did you think it looked any better today? Or it sounded any better today now that I'm doing 3,000 more kilobits per second? I'm curious. Again, this is probably only going to benefit those who watch at 1080p. But if you're watching this live on stream, it should have been a better quality. I'm curious for those watching on demand as well. What did you think? Please let me know.
How
Okay,
much
most people are saying it
quality
looks
do
the
we
same.
really
That's
need
fine.
for this shit,
As long as it looks
dude?
the same.
Seriously.
As long as it's not worse, right? Podcasting, I don't think you're going to see that much difference. Probably it's going to be the gameplay. Okay. Okay, I got a tip here. A $10 tip from Tarantula MS who says, "Hey, Phil, what's going on, Tarantula? It's good to see you. How are you today?
This guy's
Welcome
been
to the
around for a
stream. Thank you
while.
for our first
I wonder
contribution
what
of the
his
week.
deal
If you can
is.
believe it, Tarantula is the first contributor of the streaming week. He gets that
Tarantula MS.
discernment.
What does that even mean?
So thank you very, very much,
is it
Tarantula.
like a
for the $10
tarantula that
tip.
has multiple sclerosis
I do
or
appreciate that
whatever?
very, very much. Thank you.
Or is it
And here's a
like
nice dance. And by the way, now that I'm playing Elden Ring again,
Or is it
I
like
gotta
a tarantula
add in
that's
that
in a
Elden Ring
gang?
animation I was using last year. I got it back, but I haven't had a chance to re-add it to my lineup, but I will. I'm going to add it for a tip level. I'm not sure what level, but we'll add it in. Thank you very much, Tarantula, for the first contribution. Then I received a $2 tip from Max Power. It says, please watch
Max
Invincible
Power.
on Amazon Prime before the second season comes out this year. I think you'll like it. It's like Mortal Kombat cartoon with superheroes. I've seen stuff of it. I've never watched it. I've seen the, the thumbnails for it, the ads they run on Amazon Prime for it, but I've never watched it. Perhaps I will, and maybe what I'll do is right before the new season comes out, I should watch it as a lead-in. I think I will. In fact, if you guys could tell me when is the new season of Invincible coming out, I'd probably be interested in doing that. Watch the first season and then watch the new season live with you. Right? Well, not live, but, every new episode. There you go. Argument saying the Suicide Game, you mean Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, is coming out next year in February. Oh, okay. I didn't hear that announcement, but all right. Jeremy says, why do I have a heart near the chat? I don't know. I don't know what you mean. It could be that during the live stream, there's a new React feature. And if you click on that and you click one of those emojis, it'll show on the side of the chat. Right now, I'm seeing none of them. It's blank. But apparently, there is this live React feature. There we go. I just saw 2 hearts. I see more hearts. I think there's hearts, 2 emoji faces, a bunch of party horns, and a 100 symbol that you can click on. And if you click on that, it shows this
100
stream
symbol
of emojis on the side of the stream. See them? Can you guys see them now? Because now people are doing it.
100, Phil.
There you go.
Phil keeps it 100.
So you could do that live during the stream. Some people apparently can see it, some can't. I don't know why. I can see it. Go for it.
What's up, Spider?
That Black Dude 21 did a super chat, $3 super chat,
Bro.
first one ever. Am I interested in the Wings versus Boogie fight? I don't think there could be anything I'm less interested in on this planet. I don't give 2 shits about that. It's not a real fight. It's basically a circus making fun of people and taking advantage of
Why
them.
do I have a feeling that black dude is not
I
actually
completely am
black
against it
IRL?
morally and ethically, and I think it's disgusting that it's happening, and I think everyone involved should be ashamed. So thank you for the super chat. There you go. Let's see here. So, I knew it. Some people are saying they see the emojis, and some people say they can't. I'm on desktop, and I can see it. I see all the emojis going crazy in the chat, but I guess some people can see it, some people can't.
I can't
Okay.
see jack shit, dude.
I received a $1.25 tip.
Kind of glad I can't see it.
Excuse me. Yes, $1.25 tip says, Hershey shit says, I'm replaying Days Gone. I love the game.
Why?
Days Gone has highs and lows. There's some really good things in the game and some really bad things in the game. It's kind of a mixed bag. Overall, I do enjoy it. But you know, there's some things that with pacing and stuff that are quite bad. But I'm not surprised to hear you liked it and you're playing it again. Enjoy. Hershey Shits. What a great name.
I'm not surprised that Phil likes that name.
Makes you wonder if it depends on the phones as Apollo. It might. Because, like I said, I'm on the desktop version of YouTube. And I can see the emojis in the side of my chat. Both the pop-out and on my dashboard it shows up in the chat. So, for some reason, it's there. Maybe it has to do with the browser you're using if you're on a desktop computer. Maybe it has to do with the style of phone and what browser that uses. Maybe if you're in the app or not. I don't know. But I can see it. Darklink says if you have the emoji open, it'll show on your screen instead of the chat. Okay. Oh, like on this screen? So it's here? You guys are seeing emojis next to me? Oh, here, let me grab some of those emojis. Send me some emojis, everyone. Toss me some emojis. I want to catch some emojis. Oh, here we go. Heart. Oh, I missed. Oh, here's some faces. We got these emoji. Yeah. Come on, send me some emojis. Give them to me. Yeah. It's so stupid.
Is that like
yeah, I don't know what the... Oh, there's too many emojis now. I can't handle all these emojis. Lower the emojis. I don't know what they're for. What are you supposed to do with those? I guess people, again, on Instagram Live, this is where this emerged from, and YouTube's trying to copy
Is
Instagram
emoji
Live.
like a code word for like feces?
Oh, hit my face. Oh, my God. It's ridiculous.
Is that what he's pretending?
Absolutely
he's
ridiculous.
Getting covered in like shit?
Anyway.
That's kind of what it seemed like.
Stupid
shit. I think most of the emojis were like shit emojis.
Christian says, I've been trying out Ghostwire Tokyo because it came to Game Pass earlier this week. I actually love it so far. I think you will. However, I loved it too until about maybe 2/3 through. And then I say the last third of the game kind of fizzled out, got very repetitive, kind of grindy. And it was only really the side stories that were interesting until the very few final story missions were all right. But as you'll see, I think that the game kind of runs out of ideas about halfway through. But it's a fine game. You know what it is? It's a great Game Pass game. It really is. It's a really great Game Pass game.
It's a fine game, guys.
What's going on, Jake? Good to see you here today.
It's a fine game.
Welcome.
It's fine.
Yes, I know. There's a lot going on. I think the Final Fantasy 16 gameplay is coming out either today or during this week, right? Some Final Fantasy 16 stuff at some point. I don't know if it's today or later in the week. That'll be interesting to learn from, I guess. Again, with Final Fantasy 16, I already know I'm playing it. So I haven't gone crazy, like, researching it, because I know I want to play it regardless. So I'm not going to go crazy and then end up spoiling myself on all the shit. You know what I mean? Arkham says I'm on an iPhone 8. I can see.
I forget exactly what his record was
ready for more Silent Hill 3.
of,
Me too.
The new Call of Duty.
Like I said, the subway. I remember distinctly the subway is the worst part of the game.
Before he quit
We're past the
playing,
subway now, so everything
online.
coming up should be better than what we've already done.
I'm probably gonna repost it at some point.
Really, Returnal says there was an update and there's now new gameplay mechanics that have been added to Ghostwire Tokyo. That's good to hear. Wanderer says that Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection is releasing tomorrow. Do you have any interest? You know, I brought it up last week during the birthday marathon. I'll be honest, there was very limited interest. Maybe a couple people, and most people who responded were like, yeah, it really is a lengthy kind of RPG grindy style game. Probably better.
I even had to start putting like rage quit counters,
like that's what most people
to keep track of how many times.
I didn't know that. I never played the Battle Network games. I'm thinking Mega Man's going to be action-based, right? And apparently it's not. It's a very slow-paced RPG. So if that's the case, then likely, no, I'm not going to get involved in that. It doesn't sound like anything that's going to fit right now, you know? If I'm going to play an RPG, I want to play the classic Final Fantasies in the Pixel Remaster. That's more appealing to me, you see? I'm not returning to Warzones. I'm not ever playing it again. Forget that shit. Done.
What?
Done with that.
Wait, I was just talking about this, right? Warzone. Wait, no, it wasn't. It was online. Come on, Phil, play Warzone. It's fun, dude. You like the Black Ops battle, what was it? Blackout? He liked Blackout, you know? Nobody wants to watch you sit in a corner.
How's the weather or my allergies?
8 hours.
Dude. It has been very cool. So it hasn't been a big issue in that regard, but I get the feeling the allergies will start to kick in soon. And when I do, essentially, or when they do, I'm going to have to put in my air conditioner. So that way my air conditioner...
My sinuses have been fucked, dude. I've had...
basically filter
constant
the air
sinus
here,
infection.
so I'm not constantly getting pollen in my face.
Like,
we also need to buy better air filters for our furnace, because we're not going to be using the furnace anymore very soon when it warms up, but we actually will have it running and cycling the air
this
to the house.
humidifier has helped
buy
a
the
little
better
bit.
filters that catch pollen to clean the air in our house. So let's hope for the best, but yeah, this is definitely the season where it's probably going to start affecting me soon.
He was talking about needing money
And it does
a
make
while
me nervous,
back
I
for
don't
like
the allergies,
fucking industrial strength
just makes shit
filters.
Worse, you know? So
For
hopefully
his
it's not a
fucking
huge deal. I guess we'll see.
for his allergies. Oh my god. He needed extra
We don't
money
have
for
central air. No, we
industrial
do
strength
not. No.
filters for his
Absolutely
house.
not. I wish we fucking had central air. If we had central air, I wouldn't need air
It was about-
conditioning in the
it
office.
was about the same time his car had trouble.
Bedroom, I wouldn't have to do that. I would just have the central air.
Allergies are
right?
year round for Phil. It's not seasonal.
I just received a $3 tip from Phil's swampy ass, saying, "Why didn't we go out to dinner?" Because we don't always go out. See, here's the difference that you guys don't understand. For most guys, all right,
Bro.
I'm gonna go out. All right, great, you're gonna go out. So what do? You comb your hair, you wash your face, you toss on some clothes, you're good to go. All right? It's not so easy for a woman. A woman wants to go out, you know, she got to get herself, you know, put some makeup on and shit. It's a pain in the ass. So unless you have a whole day planned out doing shit, you're not going to do that. And with my wife, you know, she worked for a few days straight. She was tired. She didn't want to, you know, have to, it's her day off.
So you're saying
First day
every
in
woman
several days.
every woman that
Why do you
existed
want
is
to
like
fucking have
that?
to get up,
Okay.
start getting ready for the day and everything,
Sure, Phil.
just to go to
Sure.
one dinner, come back home? It doesn't even make sense.
Every woman
So that's
takes
why
a
we
long
ordered in.
time to get
There
ready.
are days when we go out.
According to Phil.
Probably soon in the next few weeks, we're definitely going out. We have some stuff planned that we need to do. So that'll be the big day when
It's like saying
we get up a
like
little
every
earlier,
woman
she
can't
gets ready,
drive
we go out,
at
we have
this
a big
point.
day together. We just
You
did
know?
that a couple weeks ago too. You know, so but usually
You've
do
had
that at least
enough
once
of
a
your
month.
misogyny,
But
Phil.
We'll see.
Had enough.
But that's why you can't go out every time. It's actually more work, quite frankly.
Fuck, I was saying something before. Wait.
Hello, Pickle Man. Pickle Man says, what question do I have for him today? All right, how about this, Pickle Man? What is your favorite Final Fantasy game? That's what we'll ask.
Fuck off, Pickle
today.
Man.
Because we're talking about classic Final Fantasies with the Pixel remasters. We're talking about Final Fantasy 16. That's about to have new information on the net.
That guy
So
that
let's see,
just
what was Pickle Man's
tipped $3
favorite ever Final Fantasy game? Let's see what his answer is.
To try to troll Phil.
Toy
Like,
2
stop,
Legacy, if
dude.
you
Just
spam the
fucking
chat
stop.
one more time with that message, I'm going to fucking ban you. If you put the same same message in chat 10 times, how do you not understand that I don't want to fucking deal with your nonsense? Pickleman says for him, Final Fantasy VII easy. Well, there you go. That's a lot of people's answer. I respect the answer, although I like the classics because those are the ones I
What the
grew up
fuck was
with,
he even just
but
saying?
7 was the one that put kind of Final Fantasy on the map for modern consoles, so I can respect that answer. There you go.
I'm saying, like,
I respect it a lot more now that we've replayed Final Fantasy VII as well.
stop fucking
Now that we
tipping
played the
him
classic,
to fucking troll
I
him,
respect
dude.
it tons
Like,
more.
it's just,
Because if you remember,
you're literally making
I had
it
not played the
fucking
classic
worse,
in a
dude.
billion years. We finally replayed it last year.
You're
And I was
better
like, wow,
off
that was a
just,
fun
like-
playthrough, and I respect the game a lot more that I played it in a modern setting. So,
If you have to do something, troll him in chat, dude.
did I ever try the food trucks in New Haven?
Subscribe
In
at
Connecticut?
the
Yes.
most.
I had them once or twice, and they were really good.
And then when he
What they do
bans
is they would
you,
put a ton of shit on a
unsub.
sandwich you would never expect. Like they put eggs, French fries, meat, and all kinds of shit on one sandwich. You could eat it. You're like, oh my god, you never think this would work, and it works. It tastes great.
It's not fucking rocket science, dude. Stop giving him money. If you want to troll him, do not give him money.
Do I like mint chocolate chip ice cream? Indeed, I do. I love mint chocolate chip ice cream. All right, Toy 2 Legacy. Now you're timed out because he actually put the message up again. So I'm timing him out. And if he does it again, then I'm going to ban him. I'm going to be nice, though.
Yeah, fire a warning shot at this fool, Phil.
Okay.
Sick ass
Guys, we need to
fools.
adjourn. We need to adjourn the show. All right? So thank you for a great podcast. I hope you had a good time. I hope it looked better. Again, give me feedback. Stream viewers seem to be like, it's about the same. People watching on demand, if you were watching at 1080p, did you notice any difference in quality? Maybe the frame rate didn't dip because sometimes my camera tends to dip in frame rate.
Don't
Maybe
troll
it
tip,
didn't
dude.
dip. I don't know. I love your feedback.
Troll him
I
in
need
chat.
feedback. What do you think?
Like
This is
that, like that guy.
12,000 kilobits per second now, both
Look at that.
streaming and recording. and I'm curious if it
That
looks any
guy
better.
is
We're
just
going to go
spam.
into
He's
gameplay.
just
The
all he
thing
has
is,
to
in
do is
Silent Hill 3,
spam,
we're not going to see
and
a
he already
difference.
got
It's
filled
Xbox
to
360
react
version.
twice.
It's not upscaled. It's
And
not
he's
running
still not
better on
banned.
X
He's
Series
still
X.
going to be able to
We'll
get
definitely see
another
maybe a difference
reaction
with Like
out
a
of
Dragon
him
Ishin tonight. We'll definitely see a difference
for
with Elden
free.
Ring tomorrow.
You don't
That's
need
the
a
stuff we
tip.
need to keep an eyeball on. All right, but
Just
I'm
be
curious
creative.
of your thoughts. Please share, and if you see any technical issues as well, please share. I'll do my best to try to fix those. But for now, people seem to be saying that it's good stuff. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so very much. Great podcast today. Until next time, all I have to say is keep on pollinating.
Buzzing. Keep on buzzing. Buzz, buzz, buzz.
That was very exciting. Okay, so guys, here's the deal.
I'm the guy.
Number one, need to set up, but number two, I need to use the bathroom. And sorry that I do need to actually take a small break here to use the bathroom. Nature calls, as they say. I believe you would prefer if I actually got this out of the way before I started with gameplay than starting and having to interrupt it. So we're going to take like a 5-minute break here. All right, and when I come back from that break, we will begin immediately with Silent Hill 3. So thanks, I'll be right back. Please be patient, and I'll see you in a bit.
All right, everyone. Thanks for chilling. Appreciate everybody.
What's up, everyone? We're going to try out Mega Man 10.
I'm going to go get on with my day, do some stuff, make some clips, got some errands, and probably won't be around. Might not be around tomorrow, but Saturday for sure. Peace. I hope everyone has a great day. Stay safe, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.